Welcome to this explainer. All right, let's jump right into it because today we are tackling the absolute ultimate yard battle for Greater Boston homeowners: natural grass versus synthetic turf. It's a massive decision, and it's one that literally pits traditional landscaping against modern convenience right in our own backyards.
So picture this for a second. If you've ever watched your dog track a muddy swamp straight through your kitchen in April, you know exactly why this matchup is so crucial. Keeping a lawn pristine in Greater Boston is, quite frankly, notoriously difficult. Because of that, homeowners are increasingly hunting for a permanent fix to those muddy paw prints and stubborn, patchy brown spots.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The New England Yard Dilemma, 2. Team Real Grass, 3. Team Synthetic Turf, 4. Surviving the Winter, 5. The Environmental Turf War, and 6. Making your choice.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the New England Yard Dilemma, weather versus your lawn.
Let's be honest, our region's extreme weather absolutely tortures lawns. We bounce wildly from summer droughts that scorch the earth and trigger really strict water restrictions straight into deep winter snowpacks. And then, as that snow finally melts, we're left dealing with the infamous spring mud season. Not to mention nasty surprises like snow mold and the completely destructive tunnels of hungry rodents that have just been hiding out all winter. It's a total gauntlet out there.
Moving right along to Section 2, Team Real Grass, the traditional choice.
Listen to this quote from a heated debate in Malden over replacing Roosevelt Park's grass with turf. It really hits the nail on the head regarding how deeply people value authentic green space. It's not just a surface to them, you know? It's an outdoor classroom. It's a vital slice of nature right in the middle of a congested urban environment.
And they have a point, because real grass is literally an environmental powerhouse. It naturally cools down your yard in the summer, which is a total lifesaver when that heavy August heat hits. Plus, as living plants, those grass blades are constantly taking in carbon dioxide and producing fresh oxygen. It provides a habitat for local biodiversity, its roots prevent soil erosion, and honestly, it offers unmatched sensory benefits. I mean, the smell of fresh-cut grass and that soft feel under your bare feet, those are proven to boost mental health and actually reduce stress.
But we do have to talk about this crucial number from the EPA. 30%. That is the amount of an average American family's daily water use that goes straight outdoors, largely just to water lawns. In regions facing severe droughts and those tight municipal water bans, keeping that natural grass green is just becoming increasingly difficult and, frankly, really expensive.
The struggle with grass is incredibly real. You are essentially trading your precious weekend time for mowing, weeding, and aerating, all while constantly paying for expensive fertilizers, irrigation systems, and pest control. It's just this continuous, never-ending cycle of high labor and ongoing financial outlay merely to keep the thing alive.
Now let's switch gears to Section 3, Team Synthetic Turf, the low-maintenance challenger.
Synthetic lawns are pitched to homeowners as the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it solution. Just imagine this for a second. Absolutely zero watering required. No mowing, no fertilizing, no gas-powered equipment ruining your Sunday morning. It saves thousands of gallons of water annually and survives incredibly heavy foot traffic without turning into a mud pit. High-quality synthetic grass can last up to 25 years, giving you a perfectly even, trip-resistant surface that stays vibrantly green all year round.
The catch, of course, is the upfront investment. Installation can range anywhere from about $9 a square foot to upwards of $50,000 for a really large yard. It's honestly a lot like buying a high-end appliance. Though to be totally fair, proponents argue it practically pays for itself over its lifespan by completely wiping out those ongoing lawn care bills and heavy water costs.
Next up, Section 4, Surviving the Winter, the ultimate stress test.
This is fascinating science right here. Research from the UMass Amherst Turf program shows exactly how our winters completely destroy natural grass. It's almost like a cruel trick. Premature warming in late winter deacclimates the grass, basically tricking the plant into thinking it's spring. This fills the plant's crown with free water in a process called crown hydration. Then, inevitably, a rapid freeze hits out of nowhere, that water expands, and it completely kills the root. Boom! Grass is dead.
And that is just the temperature swings. Natural grass also has to somehow survive suffocating sheets of ice that can literally block out oxygen for 75 days or more. It has to endure severe osmotic stress from road salt drying out its roots. And then there's the subnevian zone, that cozy insulated pocket beneath the heavy snowpack where voles create entire elaborate highway systems, chewing up your grass roots while completely hidden from predators.
In stark contrast,
Artificial turf is specifically engineered to avoid these winter pitfalls completely. The installation process excavates the ground and lays down a 3/4 gravel base covered in geotextile fabric. What does that do? Well, it allows melting snow to drain immediately, preventing any freezing and heaving entirely. So once that snow melts, the turf looks exactly as lush as it did back in the fall.
Which brings us to Section 5, the environmental turf war, the community debate.
We have to talk about a major practical drawback of synthetic turf, and that is severe heat retention. In the direct summer sun, those plastic blades soak up heat, turning your yard into something resembling a scorching cast-iron skillet on a sunny July afternoon. It can actually reach upwards of 180 degrees, which makes it incredibly uncomfortable and frankly unsafe for bare feet or pets unless you have built-in cooling technologies.
Furthermore, local reporting highlights some deep community concerns regarding the materials themselves. Studies and local activists point to microplastics actively shedding from the plastic blades and running off into waterways like Boston Harbor. There's also the massive, looming challenge of non-biodegradable waste just sitting in landfills when the turf inevitably needs replacing after a decade or two. Plus, there are health concerns over toxic PFA, the so-called forever chemicals, in the turf backing, alongside hazards associated with crumb rubber infill. It's become such a hot-button issue that towns like Wayland, Concord, and Sharon have actually gone ahead and issued strict moratoriums on any new artificial turf fields.
Finally, Section 6, making your choice, the final verdict.
It truly is a stark contrast, isn't it? Looking at this, you are essentially weighing the heavy, ongoing labor, continuous watering costs, and severe winter vulnerability of natural grass against the incredibly steep upfront financial cost, extreme summer heat, and very real environmental plastic concerns of synthetic turf. So, I am going to leave you with this question to chew on. When you step out your back door in 10 years, what kind of New England yard do you want to see? Based on your budget, your patience for weekend yard work, and your own environmental values, which surface are you going to choose to conquer the New England weather? If you want expert help navigating an honest, balanced comparison tuned perfectly to our specific shade, freeze-thaw cycles, and water restrictions, reach out to American Elm Landscape and Boston Patio Design at 781-859-5304. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and we will see you next time.